back at it again, and of course we have to talk about Uncle Trump. But there's a lot more to this video that I'm going to be adding than just speaking about Trump, but it's going to be some stuff that I don't really see a whole lot of people talking about that I think is really, really important. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you're new. All right, please be aware I do have a scammer in my comment section too. The only way to donate to me is through the YouTube platform itself via what's called a super thanks. That is it. If you get like a comment that looks like it's from me and telling you to message me or come over to WhatsApp or Telegram, that is not me. That is a scammer trying to impersonate me. All right, don't get scammed. Only one way to donate to me. All right, now with that being said, let's dive in.
So when the history of cable news is written, assuming anyone bothers to write it, but if it ever is written, Glenn Beck will have his own chapter as possibly the greatest synthesizer of big ideas ever to appear on camera. And a lot of people have made fun of Glenn Beck over the years for that, but if you go back and watch the tape, you will find out that maybe more than any other person on television, Glenn Beck got it right. Again and again and again. So we thought tonight is the perfect opportunity to hear from him. He's the co-founder of Blaze Media. He's just written a book called The Great Reset, and he joins us now for an overview of what we're watching. Glenn Beck, thank you so much for coming on tonight. How
thank you. It's
would you
very
interpret
kind of you
this?
To say.
Well, it's true.
So let me, I've got a couple of things here for you. Let me just go through. I'm going to bring I think, a different perspective to this. We have the banking crisis. They say it's fine. It's just beginning. Yesterday, we had the Saudis and Brazil and China enter a deal to where the petrodollar is over. Brazil and China are going to trade in their own currency. That's the beginning of the end of our currency. That means a dollar collapse. That means we become Venezuela. We will have war with China. We will have war with Russia and Iran. We have the restrict bill. We have social.
I don't know if it'll necessarily go that far, but
media and our NSA and everybody else in bed with each other, silencing people. We, of course, have the raccoon dogs, which we all know is bullcrap. And now this week, we have a new gun grab that they're trying to do. Biden and his family taking money from the Chinese. What do you think this
Allegedly.
Donald Trump thing is really all about? The America that we knew, the fundamental transformation that started in 2008 is finished. We are no longer viewed as a superpower. We are now an elderly, we're Joe Biden just walking into the twilight. What this is all about, I believe, is trying to inflame this country. They've wanted violence from the right from the beginning. They can't wait it. They need it, because if we strike out, look at January 6th, the day they're letting the shaman out of prison because it was all trumped up.
Yeah, if you guys haven't heard, I believe the shaman, the guy that wore, all that crazy stuff and he went into the Capitol, I believe he was actually just released. Yeah, after the J6 files had gotten dropped by Tucker Carlson, I believe like his lawyer went back and, managed to get him out because of that footage, which is very, very interesting. And I'm glad that he said what he said. And there's a lot of stuff going on around us. The BRICS nations. What is it? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and I think Saudi Arabia. I could be wrong on some of those, but I know it's Russia and China that are in the BRICS nations. We have that going on. We have a banking crisis going on. There's so many things going on. And my question to you is, are we being distracted from something? And if so, what? Because everything that I know about these charges they're basically nothing. It's been looked into before. Not only from, I forgot the exact name of the governmental organization that's in charge of that kind of stuff, but also Alvin Bragg's predecessor had looked into this stuff. He looked into it already. It's already been looked into. So, like, first off, my question is, what are they trying to charge him with? Like, what? And second, like, it's been so long, so statute of limitations? Does that not exist anymore? If he actually committed a crime that he's alleged to have committed, statute of limitations? Now, there's ways to get around that statute of limitations. I believe it has to be a felony. I forgot the exact. It gets real complicated, but I looked into some of that stuff. But man, are we being distracted? I've got some more clips I want to show you guys too, but let's jump back into
out. They do this to Donald Trump. They want you to strike out. Why? Because then they can close the cage. I'm going to make another prediction for you, Tucker. You said I got it right. Well, everything I've been talking about since '08, this is the time. I'm going to make a prediction. By 2025, we are going to be at war. We are going to have a new dollar, a currency that it probably is coming from the central bank. We'll have a currency collapse, and we will live in a virtual police state. I know that might sound crazy to a lot of people. It's not far off. The Bill of Rights is gone. Nobody is paying attention. Where are the Republicans? Where are the decent Democrats that can see this is insanity? Donald Trump, the reason why this is going to help Donald Trump, and that's why I don't think they're doing it so he can't run. They're doing it because they want people to strike out. Please turn to God, repent, pray for our country, pray for peace. Put on the full armor of God. But here's what
I got to touch on that as well before we get too deep into it. And I talked about this before when it was first mentioned that he was going to get charged. And I said, don't go out and be violent. And if you see someone being violent, you stop them, you call them out, and you get them on camera. We all have one of these. You record them. And you make sure that it's on videotape of you attempting to stop them and calling them out. So when the mainstream media tries to run with it, oh, look at the MAGA Republicans. Look at them. Look. And as he said, and they start trying to close the cage, we can give them the finger wave like the King Bay Matumbo and say, no. That wasn't us. That was not us. This is us. That person, that's not a true Trump supporter. That's a fake. That's a fraud right there. And once all those videos start getting out, then can't do anything. And like you said, that's exactly what they want. We've already seen it. Case in point, I want to show you guys this clip here of what they are trying to do. Take a look at this.
Bro, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? Bro, what are you doing, bro? You look stupid doing this shit, bro. Stop doing this, bro. What are you doing?
This is my religion, sir.
Bro, you're a Trump supporter, bro. We don't do that. You looking real crazy right now.
What do you mean
bro.
we don't do that? Who
You're
are
like,
you to say what Trump supporters do and
bro,
do
I'm
not
a Trump.
do?
I'm from Trump, bro. I'm letting you know.
I know, but
we have
how-
ranking in this shit, bro. What are you doing?
What do you mean? Am I going outside the
Bro,
bounds?
you're acting crazy, bro.
Of what?
You're like, oh, what are you screaming for?
Everybody calls this crazy, sir.
No, I'm saying, no, I think you're a Democrat, bro. I think
Everybody calls this
bro, I
crazy.
don't think you're for Trump, bro. I don't think you're for Trump, bro.
You're a
You're not for Trump, bro. You're a liar, bro. You're a
Democrat.
scam artist,
Trying to
bro.
make
This man is not for Trump, bro. This guy is a scam.
Who are you
artist.
to
You're a
say?
scam.
Who I
You're a
support?
scam.
Who are you to
You're a
say who I
scam.
support?
You're
Who
a
I don't?
scam.
No, bro.
Did you catch what that guy started doing? Did y'all notice that? Pay close attention and see if you catch it. Because I really want you guys to really be vigilant on what's going on around us, especially as it pertains to any type of, MAGA or Trump protest. Pay attention. check out what he does once this guy says, hey, I think you're a Democrat.
You're for Trump, bro. I don't think you're for Trump, bro. You're not for Trump, bro. You're a liar, bro. You're a scam artist, bro. This man is not for Trump, bro. This guy is a scam. Who are you to say who I support? Who are you to say who I support and who I don't? No, bro.
You see what he did? Did you catch it? He started recording him. I'll run it back for the very few of you that missed it. Pay close attention. He pulls out his phone. At least that's what it looks like. He starts recording him. To me.
You're not for Trump, bro. You're a liar, bro.
He pulls out his phone.
This man is not for Trump, bro.
And now look. Who holds their phone like that? No one. Unless you're angling your camera up at someone else or pointing it at someone else. Nobody holds their phone like that. Do you walk around with your phone like this in your hand? I'm telling you guys, call this stuff out. Do not let this kind of stuff happen. Do not let this kind of stuff happen. Get them on camera. Call them out. Stop whatever it is that they are doing. Now, this guy wasn't being violent at all. But who's to say the next person won't be? Right? So, call them out regardless of whether or not they're being violent. Make sure that all these alleged frauds know that we're on to them. We see them.
This guy is a scam. Who are you to say who I support? Who are you to say who I support and who I don't? No, bro. Bro, the way you're acting, I've been rejected by every single community. The way you're acting, we don't act like that.
We don't act like we don't do that.
I've been rejected by every single community of people that I've been a part of. And even in the Trump supporter community. Even, yes, I was picked on and made fun of so much growing up. And then I finally feel like I find a community of people that loves me. Yes, I belong. You love Trump? Yes, I love Trump. That's why I'm here. That's why I put on all this stuff. I had to check. I had to pull your car, man. Because it seemed like you were like acting like you wasn't for Trump. If you're for Trump, then I believe it. Don't reject me. I've been rejected everywhere else in Trump. I'll reject you if you're not for Trump. I'll reject you. The Trump supporters are the only community that accepted me. Wait, what?
They say you're a fake.
You're a fake? You're a fake all over YouTube? That's what they're saying? Because anytime people speak enlightenment, I'm listening. So people are saying that you're fake. You challenge the status quo. The people are saying that you don't support.
I'm going to end it there. I mean, it goes on a little bit further. You guys can check it out on Libs of the World on TikTok if you want to check out the rest of that video. But that's not the only one.
More fake Trump supporters.
I don't know about y'all, but though, you know, I just didn't look like real supporters to me.
Manhattan.
Hold on, I got another video as well to show you guys. Check this one out.
Manhattan Court. Fake Trump supporters.
An imposter. Indeed. An imposter.
So, is it possible that those could have been legitimate Trump supporters? Yeah, sure. Yeah. The Trump supporters have been growing at a rapid pace, so it's possible. But the more important part is to make sure that we stay vigilant and we call out anybody that's being violent and we stop them and we also get them on camera. All right?
They miss. Donald Trump is not even a person anymore. He is a symbol. He is a symbol of the average, everyday guy that keeps getting screwed every single time. Watches other people screw up big banks, screw up their companies, and get away with it. They see people all the time doing stuff that they know if they did, they'd be in prison for 20 years. But because they're not part of the elite, they get away with it. Donald Trump has taken arrow after arrow, and that's why this is the way the average American feels tonight.
Yeah.
I hope that there's a few Democrats out there, but this guy has been taking the bullets for the average person now for years.
Yes,
and
sir.
People on the right feel like he's the only guy that really gets what the people are feeling, and it's not gonna end well for the Democrats in the next election. It's just not. I don't know if Donald Trump is the winner or not, but I will tell you this. You're not going to stop 100 million people. This country is in shambles. And there's going to be 100 million people that will walk on broken glass and through fire to vote for someone other than this corrupt banana republic administration.
I think.
And I'll be one of them. I will be one of them. I'll walk on glass if I have to. Cut feet, hot coals. I don't care. I don't care. And once again, you know, I want to dive a little bit deeper into the question of what are we being distracted from? There's a lot of stuff going on, including, which I don't know if you guys have heard, CBDC, central banking digital currency, that allegedly is supposed to be coming in July, or it's called Fed Now or whatever. Yeah. I want you guys to take a look at something that Ron DeSantis recently said not too long ago. Now the jury's still out on Ron DeSantis. I'm definitely not voting for him this go round for sure. It's Trump's turn again at the bat. Maybe in 28, you know, I'll consider DeSantis, but the jury's still out. I've seen some things and heard some things about DeSantis that really have given me a cause to pause. So anyway, but I do think he mentioned something very, very important that I want you guys to hear. Check this out.
And my question is, are you interested in giving these economic central planners more power over our economy, more power over your daily life and your economic activity? And I answer that question, HE double hockey sticks. No, we cannot have that happening. And so that's why we're here today, because we've seen a lot of mismanagement from the economic central planners. It's just by nature. You cannot do this effectively without there being major costs to pay. And so some want to increase power to these organizations such as the Federal Reserve. And so last year, President Biden issued an executive order to explore the creation of a U.S. central bank digital currency, effectively converting the dollar into a centralized digital currency. And this is different than things like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. A centralized digital currency is directly controlled and issued by the government to consumers. And it provides the government with a direct view of all consumer activities. And so this is something that is being proposed as somehow being environmentally sustainable, a way to increase access to consumers who lack the means to join a traditional bank. But as we've come to learn, any way they can get into society to exercise their agenda, they will do it. So what the central bank digital currency is all about is surveilling Americans and controlling behavior of Americans. And how do we know? Because we've seen this happen in other parts of the world. Look at no further than China to see the impacts of centralized digital currency. The People's Bank of China uses its central bank to monitor citizen behavior, allowing for the surveillance of spending habits and to cut off access to goods and services. You also see things in the Bahamas, where they've instituted caps on CBDC holdings and transactions. In Nigeria, central bank capped ATM withdrawals to forcibly push the use of their digital currency in lieu of physical currency. And I don't even need to think here, what are they going to want to do? These ESG factors. You go and buy gasoline. If you bought too much gasoline, they just won't allow you to use this to make a transaction.
Turn off the tap. If they can control the tap, they can turn it off. There's also been, some protests going on over in France that I don't think has gotten enough coverage. Mr. Macron recently reformed their pension system. I think he increased the age on pensions, and people aren't too happy.
Hundreds of thousands taking to the streets, outraged over French President Emmanuel Macron's unyielding determination to reform pensions here.
The government of Macron is just destroying everything in our society.
And France isn't the only place people are protesting against their government. I mean, it's... wow. France wasn't the only place. Oh, crap. Video started playing. There was... not too long ago, the Dutch farmers were kicked off of their farms, all due to climate change, and all of this stuff from the WEF, and the farmers actually did something that was quite genius. Check this out.
Now to the Netherlands, where the Dutch provincial elections were held last week. And voters took the opportunity to send a message to their green, climate change obsessed, World Economic Forum obsessed government of Mark Rutte. After months of fighting against plans to lower nitrogen emissions in the soil by reducing livestock and closing farms, remember, we showed you all those demonstrations. Dutch farmers turned up to vote in the same style as they did during the recent protests. When they turned up, have a look. Now, the Farmers' Party was only formed in 2019, but they are now set to become the biggest party in the parliament. Democracy works against the tyrants, the authoritarian tyrants of the World Economic Forum and elsewhere. Here to give his insights into...
So, yeah, you just heard that right. The farmers that were basically told they couldn't farm anymore because they wanted to lower the nitrogen levels said, you know what? We're going to form our own political party. So they did, and they won. They now hold a majority in their political system. The Farmers' Party holds a majority now. Yeah. Incredible, right? Absolutely incredible. Incredible. This is wow. But there's more. We've been distracted from a whole lot, in my humble opinion. I could be wrong. This could just be a coincidence, but Army recruitment down. We aren't really talking about that, especially in light of, an actual war going on overseas. Yeah. And possibly more that could pop up. Army recruitment down. Quite interesting. Dollar possibly going down the drain in the toilet. Interesting. Joe Biden's approval rating going in the toilet. Interesting. And so on. There's so many things that are going on all at once right now. It just makes you wonder. Are we being distracted from something? Is it the shaman being released from prison? They didn't want us to talk about that. I haven't seen anybody talk about it. Really, anybody almost. Except Fox. That's basically it. Nobody else has touched it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm a bumbling, stumbling idiot. I don't know. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling in the comment section below. But most important thing that I want you guys to take from this video is don't be violent. And if you see anybody being violent, call them out. That's exactly what the left wants. They want, the MAGA Republicans to be violent, so they have another J6. Because we have lots of footage on them. They don't really have much on us. and they need more. Don't give it to them. Peace and love. I'm out.